Dear student, I am Dr. Adnan Mazari from Technical University of Libres, and I will be teaching you something about production in clothing industries. There are multiple systems which are followed in every company depending on many factors how to produce in a high productive way in any clothing company. You understand that there is a lot of production going on in these companies. They are producing millions of garments, so they have to follow some specific system to improve their productivity and also make sure that they are using their resources in a good way. So this is part of the lesson from ERASMUS contents. This is logistics and production management. So this is clothing production systems. So first of all, any production system, not depending on which company you are working on, depends on how much is the processing time, like how much time it takes to develop any product, how much will be the logistic, the transport time of it, the storage time of it, and then finally the inspection. So this total time is making it sure that what system they are going to follow to make any improvement in any of these factors. When you are doing a lot of production or productivity, these are two different terms. So production is more about numbers. So you have a goal, you want to produce 1,000 some items and you produce it. This is called production. You are producing something. But productivity is more about efficiency. How good you are doing it, how good you are using your resources. Think of it, you have a big roll of fabric. From that one you make one shirt. So your production is one, but your productivity is very, very poor. You got only one garment and all other are going to the wastage. How good you use the resources and how efficient your worker and the system is. So production and productivity, two different things. One is about numbers. The second one is about your efficiency or how good you use your resources. So in every company or clothing company, we are trying to follow this system so that our productivity increase. We are already doing a lot of production. So companies are already producing a lot of shirts. Let's say Nike producing 1 million just white polo shirts. So that means they have a lot of production, but how they can be productive or finish the work on time or manage their old systems, they follow different production systems for it. So what factor influence in productivity in textile and when they are selecting any system? So there are two different kinds of it. One are the controllable factors. That means you can control them with your ability, with any changes or something required with money or time. You can manage something for it. Or you have uncontrollable factors. For example, I'm thinking to increase the productivity of my company. Uncontrollable factors are natural resources. I want to make a jeans, cotton jeans, but I don't have cotton in my country, in Europe. So that means natural resource is not here. The government policies, does government actually support to have an industry of textile or not? And the last one are the workforce. So many of the European countries with their very good infrastructure still have a big deficit of workforce. That means they don't have enough workers who can work in a huge textile industry. That's why most of this industry moves there where there is possibility to have more and cheaper workers. Controllable factors are much easier to understand because if you don't have a factory or equipment, you can of course buy it with renting it or with money. You don't have a latest technology with money or you can borrow it from somewhere. That means this is something which you can control it. Your material or energy, if your material were not good or energy, let's say you are using expensive energy, you have the solar. So that means money or ideas can make the changes over here. Human factor, if your workers are not well trained, you can give them more training or with time they can become more skillful. Or management style, let's say your HR is not according to the liking what they are working, you can improve them. So these are controllable factors that can be controlled and you can increase your productivity. In a company of textile producing any clothing garments, let's say about a shirt or a pant or anything what you can wear, we are shortening this field to just clothing now. You are using a system depending on how many machines you have, how much is the quantity of your product. Let's say I'm making 5 shirts, maybe I don't even need a system, means I can just produce 5 shirts in few hours. And how efficient are my workers? So I can have a very, very high productive efficient system, but my workers are not capable of it, so that means I'm wasting a lot of money and capital cost in it. So number of machines, quantity of product you are going to make, and efficiency of worker defines you how or which system you can use in your clothing industry to have a better productivity. Then in general, we have 5 or 6 different systems which we are going to discuss briefly in this presentation. So I'm making this presentation, so if you are unable to understand from the presentation, you can run my presentation with the subtitles to know it, how are the production system in any clothing company. So we'll go through them, all of them, and we will discuss what are the advantages and disadvantages of each system and where it can be used. So first one is a make-through production system. This is the only system which is used for a small production. I want to have a fashion week in Paris. I take one designer and they make the same designer produce a complete garment, 20 of them, and we have a fashion week over there. Or let's say there is a film from James Bond. I want a designer to build the James Bond suit, 10 of them, and exactly the same coat, pant and tie. And this one is called make-through production system. That means one person, one designer, one tailor is doing everything. When your production is small or very specific, you can have this kind of system. Very rarely used, but this is also a kind of a system used in clothing industry. The second one, which is very commonly used in Asia, is a piece rate production system. Let's say I want to make a shirt. This is a small template of a shirt, front piece of it. I want to make a shirt. If I go through any company and make a production system and make them all the people pay their salaries, it might become a little expensive for me. So they have a very clever idea for it. Instead of making a company and producing a lot of garment and paying to each person permanently, what they do is they make a piece rate production system and they give you the garments and they pay you the money according to how many pieces you make. So they define the rate. For example, for making a shirt, the price is €1. You complete a garment, bring it back, and they will going to give you €1. So let's say in one day you make 20 shirts, so you got €20 in one day. So your output wage, how much you are going to earn, depends on how much is your productivity. People are very good in producing more garment in less time because now it is money oriented. More you work, the more money you get. The bad work you do, it is already known, this is you who is doing this bad work, so your money can be cancelled out, or you can get less or more depending on how good quality products you are making. But there is a lot of advantage and disadvantage of this system. In terms of a businessman, it has a lot of advantages because they can skip a lot of payment just by making a piece rate production system, and your money is connected to your products. So if you are lazy and not working, you will not get enough money. So there is no problem for the businessman. Production generally increase because the more you work, the more money you earn, and we need less supervision for it, which is quite expensive in clothing company, because now you know if any mistake you may get less money, so you are more careful about the products. What are the disadvantages? In general, this system is exploiting the workers. Now you are forced to work more to earn more money, and the rate of this product is decided by, let's say I'm the business owner, I decide €1. If I have more worker, I will say, okay, this is €0.5. So there is no defined rule for it. Second one, not suitable for beginner. If I am a beginner in this one, I make, let's say, 5 shirts in one day, but the other colleague of mine can make 100. So that difference of this salary makes them very unsatisfied in these companies. And this is one of the biggest disadvantage of having a piece rate production system. But generally it is used all over the world, but very commonly in Asia. They have also 3 systems under it. a fixed rate, I say €1, and you produce for €1 this shirt, how many shirts you make, that much money you get. Then we have an increased piece rate, that means first 50 shirts you will get €1, but after 50 the more shirts you make, you may get more money for it. So each shirt can become €2 or €3. In that way you will try maximum to reach to €50. After that, you know, your price rate will increase. To force the workers work more and earn more money, they have an increased piece rate system. They do have a decreasing piece rate system. In that one, they give you the, let's say, €1 for the first 50 pieces, and the more you work, you are not pushed to work more, but if you work more, instead of €1, you will get €0.5 for each product you make. So they decrease the product price after some limit of items you make. So that means they are not trying to force you, but if you have time and you are good enough, why not, you can work more and earn little more money. So these three systems exist in piece rate production system, and this system is very useful if you have a repetitive work. For example, shirts from Nike, single polo shirt, all of them with the same logo, white shirt, no difference of designs. So these ones are very good for this kind of system, in which there is no uniqueness coming every time and you don't have to learn a new skills for it. So people can produce with their experience very quickly, and they can earn good money, and production can be managed in a much less time as compared to normal systems. Then we have the modular production system. This is a very unique one, in which what we do is we make small teams. So let's say if you are making a shirt or a garment, we make small teams for it. So one person is making just the front part of it. Second one is, let's say, making the back part of it. Other team is making only the pockets. Some people are making the sleeves and others are making the cuffs. So all together they are trying to make a shirt, but they are small teams now, 4 to 5 or even 12 people working on very specific tasks. So modular production system is very useful if you have a capital cost, if you have the money to manage 5 or 6 teams, because now you need machines and training and equipment for each team separately, but all together they are making a one product. So just remember that in modular production system, you have small teams who are working for one goal. Advantages is very flexible. I can have the workers how I like it. I can make my own teams. If somebody is not coming, I can replace it. So I am the leader of the group and I can manage my production. It improves the quality. It gives the people the sense of empowerment, and they are happy to work in this situation where they are free and flexible. But on the other side, the disadvantage is you need the capital investment for it. If I needed a 1 lock stitch machine, now I need 4 lock stitch machines. If I need 1 chain stitch machine, I need 4 chain stitch machines. Ruler, scales, scissor, table, everything I need for each team separately, which normally can be used, let's say, one for whole product, but now I need the machines for each group of them to use it separately. Secondly, the dependency is a very big problem in this kind of production system. If I'm making a shirt, somebody is making the front part, back part, sleeves, cuffs, but the team which are making the pockets, maybe they have a delay. So that means your product cannot be finalized without the pockets. So one slow process or not properly managing one product out of the complete garment, you can have a delay in the production. So this is one of the biggest disadvantage of a modular production system. Then we have a progressive bundle system, and just to tell you that this production system is used very common, but it's not very efficient. It has a lot of problems, but because the workers like it, so this is very commonly used in Asia. In this system, you will be surprised how people work. They have a long lines or rows of people who are working, but instead of giving the products separately to them, we make, let's say, front piece, we have the 2 sleeves, we have the back piece, and we have the pocket. So this complete is one bundle for me. So I'll make it a bundle, and there will be a big bucket and I will put it inside. Now this bucket is moving and there will be maybe 1,000 of these ones. Somebody will take it out, he makes the pocket of it, put it back, and then again it moves forward, somebody making the front piece, somebody making the back piece, and it keeps on going. But for each pieces there are many workers working, maybe 10 people just making the pockets, 10 people making the front, 5 people making the sleeves. When the product come back to me and the pocket or the sleeve is bad in quality, I do not know it who made the mistake, but I will have a lot of wastage in the end, because complete garment is ready and I came to know the pocket is not made in a good way. So whole garment will go to rubbish just because of some mistake which I cannot identify who did it and when it was done. So this kind of system is called progressive bundle system, very commonly used in Asia. And in this one, workers are very happy to work, and there is also another small modification to it, which is called section production system. So what they do is, again the bundle systems are the same, but they say now we will have a specific section which is making a special task of one product only. Let's say this complete section of 20 people are making only the pocket, so they are not mixed in between. Then there are people who are making the sleeve, then behind is the front and the back, and the last over there section is making the complete garment. So at least in that section production, I know that the pocket was made wrong somewhere here in these 20 people, and at the end we get the product. So each section I can monitor it if the products are going well or not, because if there is a problem of pocket, why to attach the front piece, back piece and the sleeves when already pocket has a problem. So a lot of work can be saved like this one. Not many advantages of this system, but definitely the workers like it, and they like to work in this kind of free flexible environment. And disadvantages are quite many, and it produces a lot of waste. But the good part is that anybody who is a beginner or advanced can join into this system. If I don't know it very well, slowly I can learn from it and I can become expert, let's say in 2 or 3 months. But in other system, you have to be expert over there already. If you are not expert, your salary or your bonuses or your efficiency can be very less as compared to the other people. Then we have a very, very efficient system. It's called overhead production system or unit production system, very commonly used in China. What they do is they hang all the pieces, all the pattern pieces with the hangers on the top. So the pocket, the sleeves, everything is hanging now, and it keeps on moving to the railing, just like the progressive bundle system. People are sitting, the workers, and each goes to each specific person. This person will make the sleeves, this person will make the pockets, somebody will make the front and the back, and they will join all pieces together. And when it come back again through the railing, I see, okay, this is my final product. Sleeves are good, pocket is good, and I say, collar is not very good. I press the button, it goes back again to the same person who made the collar. He has to repair it. So in this system, I can know how much is the each person efficiency, how good they are working, how much bonus they should get, or if there is a problem of somebody not able to produce enough sleeves or the cuff. So systematically I can improve or increase that numbers so they can have better efficiency and we can finish the product on time. So these are 6 production systems followed in a textile company, and to increase their productivity. If you find this information interesting, you can go to our contents now and try to study about productivity, production and logistics, and you will get more information in your language. I hope it helps you to understand how production happens in any textile company. Thank you very much and see you in the next presentation.